can remember it being a horrible place, you know, but you had to get on with the job. There was no questions asked as far as getting dirty, because you were muck from head to foot. It wasn't no nice job to be assigned to. It was fairly rough, and you had to adapt yourself to using a shovel straight away.
You want a good pair of lungs and a good pair of ears. Sometimes if you had a cold, it'd seem as if someone was hammering a chisel into them. One time, one of the lads burst an eardrum, and he could whistle through his ear if he held his nose.
Our job basically was shifting mud off the bottom that was too high or too low. And it just went from there. They kept taking soundings of the depth they were working at to calculate the ground was capable of taking the concrete cases that would be sunk and the seabed.
I've done some of the dirty jobs down here on the docks myself as a truck driver. Slag boats, bag boats, grain boats, Fawcett, Porash, Pollard, all the worst stuff you could do. But I mean, this is a different ball game. This is horrendous stuff. Darkness, bleakness, cold. Not knowing whether you're going to come over alive or what the story was. Imagine going up there, up them steps, look at, up the rungs, getting in halfway, going down in your waders or whatever you had that time, and then digging out muck and silt from the bloody bed, the rub bed. It was no easy job. 4 or 5 guys. You're down there, you're hearing all kinds of sounds, it's freezing cold, there's probably leaks of water or what have you. Everything's going through your mind, is it worth all this? You have to ask yourself that.
One time we were asked to take a man from Trinity College down with us in the bed. I asked him had he ever dived before. He said he hadn't, but he'd read a lot about it. I told him he was going to see the real thing. About midway to compression, our visitor starts wriggling all over the place. We had to hold him down. He was bleeding out of his nose and one ear. We were dressed in dungarees and sea boots, and he was still in his white trench coat and shirt. So we compressed and decompressed, got him out and to the hospital. We never heard from him again, except we know he recovered.
Nothing was extraordinary to you. You got so used to things happening, you know. But it was fairly tough going, like, you know. You didn't want to be a soft character, you know. When you look back on it, it was really very primitive setup, you know. They'd never get personnel to do the work that was done then. The health and safety, they'd be all sent to jail. I won't say I enjoyed it as much as I put up with it, you know. My fondest memory was getting out of it, getting home, get up on my bike and go home.